Is it working? Am I live? Let's see. Hey. Let me check my phone. Let me get my bifocals on. Let me see here. Oh. I think it's working now. Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, before we start everything off, how do I sound? Do I sound good? Woo! Hell yeah. Welcome, everybody, to another Shanclen Shadow Productions live stream thing. Yeah. This is where you get to watch all the unhinged, unedited, and all my fuck ups and everything in between. But here you'll be able to see some exclusive content coming your way. Oh. How's everybody doing? Go ahead and comment where you're watching and everything. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not like too quiet because I did a members only live stream before and like it came out like pretty quiet and everything. So I just want to make sure like everything's all good for everybody. Oh. Cool. Hell yeah. All right. Before we get started, I feel like I need to get some music going. So give me 1 second. I don't know how to add music on here if I can. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Say hi to everybody. Give everybody each other a hug in the chat. Good to see everybody. All happy family here. All one and all come from different races and backgrounds, but we're all here to hang out and chill. Yeah. Always got to stay hydrated in that way. You know, I'm going to be going at this for 10 hours. 10-hour stream, everybody. Hope you're all ready. Yeah. Just kidding, no. There's no way I can go 10 hours. I got work tomorrow and stuff, so. But I don't think I'll be able to have a video out this week. I'm working on it, but you guys will be able to see on here like all the stuff I'm doing. So I kind of wanted to show everybody like a little bit of behind the scenes on how I do stuff. And like whether that be like with photo editing, whether that be with video editing, just all those different things that, you know, the behind the scenes stuff, you know, this is where you get to see me kind of work in action to make these videos for all of you out there. So yacht, hey everybody, got a lot of people watching now. Oh yeah. So if you guys haven't yet, we did a members only live stream. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. So if you guys missed out on that, that's a whole live stream that you can have access to if you become a member. So we have that one. I'm going to be working on a members only video. I know I've been saying that, but we're going to be coming out here pretty soon. I'm probably going to be doing this Gathering of Nations video just for members only. So you guys can see some really cool behind the scenes stuff with that. Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys ever have any questions or anything, go ahead and feel free to ask. You know, that like how I said before on most of my videos, like and I saw one comment too. It was like I have a very, very kind of diverse following when it comes to YouTube and everything. Yeah, you know, you know, like I got people that like production work. I got paranormal people. I got people who are interested in our culture and everything. And you know, it's just a lot of people that's just like all here together, and I think that's awesome. You know, we all get to kind of talk and just hang out and everything, and just talk about different perspectives, different life stories, and just what you guys are interested into and all that. Yeah. So when are you taking me skinwalker hunting? Oh, I'm not taking no one skinwalker hunting anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a hunter anymore. If anything, I'm just a defender, if anything. But like we don't go hunting or going against these things anymore. Too old for it, but we let the younger bucks who are out there run around and go ahead and do that. But yeah, you know, like if you know, I'm just chilling and they come and they want beef, hell yeah, I'm gonna throw hands. How often do I change poison on my katana? I don't have poison. Hero has poison on his katana. I don't have poison on mine. I'm too clumsy. I accidentally cut myself with his sword one time, and I had to get an antidote, and it wasn't fun. Yeah. Have I got yelled at by an elder for speaking the truth yet? You're a little late on the boat for that one. All that really happened for was, I would have to say, like when we did UTS and stuff. Like, but that was before everybody really knew who we were and what we did. But once we introduced ourselves and what my brother's role was and everything that we did, it was like, psh, shut up. You know, they don't question or really anything like that because they know our role, they know what we do and everything, and it's serious stuff that we do. We do the hush cast ceremonies and go against all those other things too. So, we heard it before, but like once we show our feathers in a sense, then that's when they showed up and they don't say anything. So, welcome to the stream, everybody. Starting to get a lot more people in here. Let me see. What's next for paranormal videos? Okay. I got like a whole board over here. I showed my members this. Hang on, let me go get it for you guys. Okay. So this right here is all the videos and everything I have planned and want to do in the future. So this whole section over here, paranormal. These are pretty much all the paranormal stuff I want to do. I just gotta. I was thinking about getting like a little dartboard and just putting like names on there and just go, just figure out which ones I want to do. Let me see. I don't know. You guys comment. There's. Let me see. So, give you guys I'll let you guys, the viewers, can make a choice. I can either do, first one will be soul eaters. I know people have been asking about that one. I brought that up in the spiritual world video, smudging and saging video. I believe that one was on that one too. So you guys have a choice. You can either be soul eaters will be the next video, or I can do demon hierarchy and my personal experiences with demons themselves. Whether that be indigenous demons or just demons in general from other cultures and everything. Yeah, that's not fun, but memories I don't like going down, but you guys like that stuff, so I'll take one for the team for you guys. And that's like one of the big things too is like it's uncomfortable for me to relive those memories. But there's teachings, there's all these lessons to be learned from my experiences. That is the whole point of being a mentor and going through all these bad experiences in your life, and successfully coming out of them. That's one of those things is like when you do that, you can pass that knowledge on to the next people, next generation and everything. So, it's I'm transitioning from an active warrior to an elder now. Yeah, my hair is starting to get white. Just kidding. No, it's not. I don't look forward to that day yet. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Is there anything your elders would like you to share with your viewers? Yeah, this. Like everybody asks about like paranormal videos and everything like that. Like, I don't post those too much and everything, but the people always wondered and asked when we would go do ghosts and paranormal investigations is how do you guys communicate with beings so easily? How do they recognize you? And all these other different things. And it's because we go to ceremonies, and the powwow video is actually, even though it's not strictly paranormal, there's a lot of spiritual teachings that go with it. Doing activities like that, going to ceremonies like this, gets you ready to be able to communicate with spirits, gets you ready to be able to, open up that pathway, the mindset of, communicating with them, and I guess earn your stripes with them. So whenever you go meet a spirit and everything, it's like, okay, this guy is a good person. He goes to ceremonies. You can see that on you. He goes to ceremony, prays really good, prays really hard. He does offerings to us and all these other different things. So, that's why like all these other videos that I do, like the winter trials video, You know, the powwow video, and I don't even. I'm starting to lose track of my videos I've done. Yeah, but most of my videos and everything, whether they not be directly tied to paranormal and everything, there's always an underlying teaching in there that kind of gets, I guess you can say, paranormal. And that's like the whole point of the channel is mainly just my journey and stuff I've learned with the paranormal, but also my journey of learning how to share these stories through, you know, the YouTube eyes, the production eyes and everything, and just tell movies, have fun, and just enjoy, you know. It's the main thing is just like there's a lot more to this world than just, you know, strictly paranormal, you know, like it's not just ghosts and demons, it's the things that you do on your everyday that lead up to your communication with spirits, that spirits will see that, and then when they see that, then they'll be able to open up the gateway of communication with you. Yeah. So you guys get to choose soul eaters or demon hierarchy. Yeah. So let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Watching from Brazil. Hey, what's up? Pennsylvania. Whoa. Okay, there's a lot of comments coming in here. Phoenix has an annual hoop dance competition. No, I haven't been. I actually, one of my brothers. He's not my nephew. He's a lot younger than me. I consider him my nephew. He's would be my nephew, but he's my little brother. He does hoop dancing and everything. I think he did that a couple times too and everything. So I gotta go check that out and everything because it's local. You know, I didn't know about ASU Powwow until I saw it on TikTok. It was advertised on there, so I was just like, I gotta go. You know, so yeah. Um. Hey, what's up? So, I'm a native ghost hunter from Great Falls, Montana. Me and my wife go ghost hunting up here. Nice. At least you guys have a nice area to go ghost hunting. You know, we got desert out here. Scorpions, snakes, and buzzards, and all these other things that just want to kill you in the desert. I think it's one of the main reasons why we always wanted to go to this place in Phoenix here called the Apache Leap in Superstition Mountains. But you know, it was always one of those things to where whenever we had time to go, because normally like around Paracon time and everything is around Halloween. So yeah, Paracons are events that you go to, pretty much just like Comic Con, but like a bunch of paranormal people get together, they go investigate and all this stuff. One second, excuse me, everybody. And then so whenever we would want to go investigate, it would be around springtime, summertime, and or wintertime. And so whenever you go to like Phoenix area, for all you people who live in Arizona here, you guys know it's hot, and you go into the desert, it's really hot. You don't want to walk around out there. And I went out there recently to go film with another dude. I probably won't say here, but I'll let you guys know whenever he posts his content and everything. But you know, when he was walking around for that filming, they actually ran into a rattlesnake on the trail. So I was just like, dang. I was like, just imagine in the middle of the night, you're just walking and then you just get bit. And I was like, oh, you're out there, the nearest hospital is like 20 minutes away, maybe. So you think you just gotta hoof it, gotta survive and everything. Oh yeah. So be careful out there in Montana. Enjoy the weather. I know you guys have cold winters, but I'd rather take that winter over this heat. Yeah. Demon hierarchy, soul eaters. Can I do a poll in here? Let me see. Hey, I can. Okay. One second, everybody. I type really slow, sorry. Next paranormal video. Okay. Add an option. Let me see. One second, everybody. We have technology now, so we can actually do this awesome things. Yeah. Okay, so this is so cool. Like, I remember when I first started YouTube and all this stuff, they didn't have these things. So, okay. All right, start poll. Okay, you guys see the poll? Let me know if you guys see it. Oh wow, we're starting to fill up with the comments now. What's up, everybody? Yacht A, yacht A. Okay, I'm caught up. I had to scroll up to where I was. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want, comment your next video you guys would like to see for paranormal videos. Like I mentioned before, for those of you who are just joining, I did it's either Soul Eaters or Demon Hierarchy from demons I've met before, from different cultures and everything during my paranormal hunts and outside. So yeah. Soul Eater, personal. Wacky waistline and the yeah. So yeah, there's a lot to it. You can survive. It's just one of those rare occasions to where you're just SOL out there. Now I have a personal story of somebody that we helped out and lost and everything to Soul Eaters that I can probably tell on that one. It's really sad, but gives good teachings and everything. As an elder, will you share some stories that the current elders are not okay for sharing? No. Well, like, okay, so the things that we don't want to share are things that we don't want replicated. When it comes to our ceremonies, is one thing. I'm not going to go into detail on how to do ceremonies, how to become a medicine man, medicinal person, something I'm not going to talk about. How to specifically become a skinwalker, I'm not going to give full details on that. They're dying out. Let them die. And yeah, just some things that just need to stay within the tribe because it doesn't have a lot of relevance to people outside of it, and then, a lot of it is tied to the language. A lot of that is tied to who we are as a people. And, I'm sure a lot of you have seen out there, a lot of people trying to like steal our culture, steal our ceremonies. You see it with powwows all the time. It's funny. There's this one video I saw of these non-indigenous people having a powwow, and they're trying to like copy it and everything. And it's just weird because like the respect was there, but the understanding of what they were doing wasn't. And that was like the weird thing that was kind of about it and all that. So that's something that like, especially in Sedona, Arizona too, there's a lot of people that try to steal our ceremonies. There's a lot of people that try to, say like, I'm a medicinal woman, I'm a medicinal man, and then they do ceremonies for people, and they charge them thousands of dollars for these ceremonies, for bogus ceremonies that they don't know anything. They sing some gibberish and they go, hey, hey, it's a $3,000. You guys are healed, and nothing changes. So that's one of those things. Is like, it's why we have to be careful with our teachings and our knowledge and everything, because there's a lot of crazy people out there. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Have I heard of or seen of a giant glowing skeleton phantom staggering out in the desert out there? Yeah. Well, not to that specific, but we do have giants out here. That's another thing that we can probably try to do too. Is another? I have that on here. Story of giants. Talk about the red giants over in Nevada. Talk about our giants over here too, and how the twin warriors back in the day went and killed and fought them long time ago. Yeah. Who? Sweet. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys so much for enjoying the content. Yeah. Let me see. I'm a slow reader, everybody, so please bear with me here. There's a lot of you, and I'm very grateful you're all here, so I'll try to get to all of your comments and questions. So I would like to hear about the lands in New Mexico and Arizona, and if you know anything of the Appalachian Trails. Yes. So as you can see, maybe right here, sacred sites and everything. I might not show exactly where they are, but there's certain places you can go to in Arizona, New Mexico that I'm really familiar with, because they're just from our tribe and all that. I'll be going there and just kind of maybe just doing like an episode out there, filming it outdoors, and just telling some stories and everything, and just get some cool drone shots of it, and just, who knows, maybe while we're recording, run into some spiritual beings. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Some of us are learning to do paranormal investigations and want to help families more than gathering evidence. Oh, that's good. You know, the biggest thing is the whole point of an investigation is trying to figure out the spiritual being that you're dealing with. You figure out the being you're dealing with, you know, having I think it's like a grimoire, but I don't know if that was just for monsters, but have like a book of the dead or something like that that has like an index of all these spiritual beings and everything, and just be able to be like, okay, you know, this spirit uses this right here, they prefer it. And the best way to learn, you know, what spirits like is just ask him, you know. That's one of the things that we did is like the stuff we know about spirits and spiritual beings is from thousands and thousands of years of knowledge from our indigenous people going to ceremony and speaking with them. Now, you know, it seems like everyone else is just kind of barely picking that up now as far as for communications with spirits. So, you know, just use you guys as tools, you guys use your guys' knowledge, and just, yeah, just the biggest thing is help the spirits, help the people. That's the biggest things right there. Ahoo. Can you talk a little bit more about the shadow element? How does it affect you, and is it an influence? Yeah, I wear black all the time. Yeah, I got black bandana, everything. So this is where it kind of like starts to separate for me, and I guess you could say specifically the Navajo is a lot of our teachings and everything that we learned growing up from my brother in the spirits is more spiritual based knowledge, because you can have different tribes have their rules and everything that they have to follow, but there's always a barrier or a limit of how far, you know, you can ascend and go, you know, unless given permission from the spiritual people to be able to gain more knowledge and teachings and everything. So that's where like you start to go into a realm of where you don't I guess you could say you have permission to go above and beyond those bounds, because a lot of times there's taboos and everything like that. But you know, there's certain ceremonies and everything you can do to be able to mitigate some of the effects of that. So learning the shadow element and the shadow ways and everything of darkness is something that I picked up, is because it was one of those things that I always feared growing up, but somehow, some way, it just came back to me and everything. And so as far as for the trainings, I could say it was really cool and crazy and epic. Um, but the element itself is, you know, it has a soul, it has a spirit, you know, speak to it, you know, you'll feel like chills come over you. You'll feel, you know, if you acknowledge it and everything, you learn its name, and, you know, it'll be there for you. It'll protect you. So, yeah, in that way, yeah, use it for your advantage. Uh, Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay. So I think my thing refreshed. So I think I missed a bunch of your guys' comments. I'm so sorry if I did. Um. Okay. Cool. Do I believe cemeteries are haunted? Yes, but not by the beings you think. Maybe. I don't know. That's one of those things. Is like, cemeteries are hollow ground. So that's one of those things is if one of those spirits didn't have anybody to take them on to the next world, you know, being in a cemetery could be a place where soul eaters can't get them. But it is also a place to where evil can't get in there, but there's also a different faction of the in-betweens who have roles to play inside of all this. So, you know, they can be able to go into those cemeteries to be able to get them. So that's where you have like a lot of evil go kind of there's rules, but it can be broken, but it's very hard to. So that's where you have like soul harvesting. That's where you have like a lot of wild things and just, yeah. Normally you don't really see like a lot um of the human spirits really there. Maybe you will, but if they like it and they don't really want to go anywhere else and they just want to stay in this world, you know, they're happy chilling there. Yeah, you'll run into those spirits too. Uh, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Trying to scroll up. You are a respectful communicator and teacher. Share only that the elders approve. Yes. Because I don't want to get yelled at. If you guys ever got yelled at by an elder, it's not fun. Yeah. Hey, what's up, 4-Peck? How's it going? Gosh, just so many of you. It's awesome. I can do probably Giants will be my next video, if anything. My next paranormal video. So one thing I want to try to do is do production videos, maybe like a paranormal video, live stream. I want to do movie reviews just because I want to show everybody the native classics like Smoke Signals, Powwow Highway, Dance Me Outside, all those classic native movies you guys all got to see. But yeah, not too many of those, but yeah, then live stream, production video, kind of just interchange with that. So you guys will get everything, yeah, just gotta wait a week or two if you need just exclusively paranormal. Hey, Shanclen, I just love hearing everything you have to share with us so far. Looking forward to seeing everything else you will provide, but I would love to see you do more paranormal hunting. I'm just by myself now. Hey, comment down below if you guys want to go ghost hunting with me. We'll go talk to some spirits and everything. Yeah, I just after I left unearthing the supernatural and everything, I don't really have much equipment for it, so I would have to buy REM pod, all those other gadgets and gizmos and everything like that. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a public event. We can all rent out a haunted place and we all go talk to spirits and everything. It's just one of those things. It's just we really went to ghost hunting and paranormal hunting to teach people about being specifically at these locations and how to interact with them, and just kind of show people the right way of interacting with these beings and everything. So that's one of the main things we did that for. So Hero is carrying that on. So it's I'm doing kind of more of everything I learned from it, but who knows? Maybe I'll go paranormal investigate. I kind of still have that paranormal itch if I need to, but only thing I'm not looking forward to is a paranormal hangover. You're investigating all night, you're talking with spirits, energy just gets drained so much, and it's just the next day it takes 2 or 3 days for you to actually recover from it. So it's just you're just oh my god, just walking around like a zombie and everything. You got to drink so much Pedialyte, eat some salt and all that other stuff. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe in the future I'll do some paranormal investigating. Yeah. Need some sage and anything else you recommend for smudging? Yeah. One thing that's more readily available is cedar trees and everything. Flat cedar, maybe the commenter in Montana can help you out, get you some cedar. They have really nice flat cedar up there. Yeah. So network within all these people. And there's and down here in Arizona, it's kind of hard to get, sage and everything. We have some, but it's a different type of sage. And then when it comes to sweetgrass, I had to go when I went to Gathering of Nations. There was luckily some people that were there from Montana, the Oglala Sioux tribe up there, and they were selling some sweetgrass up there. And that's one of those things is when you purchase these things, you always know where it comes from. Because when you go to these kind of crystal shops and everything and you see sage kind of there, they get their stuff, either they buy it themselves, but it would have to be a small, a local owned crystal shop that goes and gets it themselves. Bloopers right there. That would have been the bloopers. But a lot of times the more chain crystal shops and everything, they buy that from a store that literally they collect the sage, they rip out the roots, and they don't care about salvaging it and everything. But when I went to Gathering of Nations, that's when I met those people from up north, and they pick it themselves. They're indigenous people, so they have plenty of it up there. So they had surplus, so they came down, and then they came down to the dry nations where we don't have sweetgrass. So that's where I was able to purchase some for myself. Yeah. So yeah, just help each other out in here, man. If you guys need help, get in network, contact. You can contact with people and know everything. If you need help, with Gathering herbs and medicines. Cedar is a really good thing to use if you don't have sage. Yeah. Mm. Do-do-do-do. Virginia City. Virginia City. That's the one that's in Nevada, right? Let me see. Because if it is, that's the one. I went to that one actually already. Nevada. I actually kind of like doing the live stream here on my desk here. Yeah, I already went there. That one, yeah, Virginia City is definitely a wild place to investigate. Very, very haunted, and just deals a lot with the mines that's underneath the city and everything. A lot of the earth beings that are there, the wars that happen, and everything too. So yeah, I remember that drive, man. We drove straight there like all night. Got there, rested 2 hours, investigated, then slept at a Maverick. I slept in the back of my truck at the time. I had like a Baby Yoda blanket and it was cold. I froze my ass off. Got up, had breakfast, and then we started filming at the Washoe Club. Well, that one was a crazy investigation. And then immediately right after, we just went across the street to the Mark Twain building and we drove back and all that other stuff. And so yeah, it was a very, very tiring. I did fall asleep, and the spirits drove for me a couple times, and luckily I didn't pass away. I'm still here for you guys. Still here to give you guys some sacred knowledge. Yeah. Hey, Alberta, Canada, what's up? Juniper's good too. Juniper's good. So. Do I ever use white sage? Yeah. Yeah. It has its uses for ceremonies and everything. What is the next powwow you plan to attend? I don't know. I've only somebody ever told me about the Taos Pueblo, New Mexico, or Taos Powwow in New Mexico. Taos Pueblo, yeah. They're having a powwow up there. But I definitely want to go hit up some more powwows and everything and just get to know people. You know, it's a lot of fun and not going strictly just to Gathering of Nations. I know there's a lot of controversy with Gathering Nations, yeah, but I just wanted to go because, like, one thing that's cool about Gathering of Nations was how many different cultures you see there. I got to meet Maori people and all these other people from different cultures and religions, all coming in there to show their dances and everything. You know, it was awesome. So, you know, hopefully all those dancers and everything can start to spread out and go to different powwows and all that. But I'm down, you know. I went to the ASU powwow, got the powwow trail itch, and just wanted to hit the trail, man. Bam, 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 bam. How would you know if your family are Yannies or Skinwalkers? Well, first off, if they take off every single night at like 11 o'clock, come back before the sun, one, they either like to party, or two, they're Yannies. It's the only thing. Yeah. I don't know. It's when you start to see like physical people do skinwalking, their eyes like start to like sink into their face. They get real pale, and you know because they deal with death spirits and everything. It in a sense starts to pull away at their life force. You know, their fingernails, hair start falling out, decaying, and all those other different things. So if you see somebody starting to wither away, they're either really sick or they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. Yeah. Have I heard of little people? And if so, what do you know about them? I can actually do a video about that one. I honestly don't know a lot. Mainly that's more for like different tribes. I know the Lakota people have their little people. The Tohono O'odham people have their little people, like the Pacific Islanders, Hawaiian. excuse me. Those people have little people as well. I ran into little people going up to a ceremony up in the Lakota Nations, and that's pretty much my experience that I had. But maybe I can ask my grandpas and uncles up there for more clarity on that, and I can probably do a little video on them. Yeah. Have I ever encountered a werewolf or dogman? What do you think they are? So it wasn't until you guys that I actually heard of Dogman before. I've heard of Goatman before. The Salt River Pima people here. Yee. Wait a minute, might do a video on that one. Werewolves. I've seen. What's that? What's that movie called? Anyways, yeah, I've seen movies on werewolves and everything. Have I experienced one? No. I would imagine that would be more European, maybe, or East Coast. You know, that's something that like I haven't really encountered or seen before. Like, yeah, no, sorry, but maybe in the future, you know, have a smoke with a werewolf or a dogman and be like, ask him why he smells or if he has fleas. Maybe, yeah. There's a powwow in Albuquerque in September. Hey, let's do it. I'll be there. Albuquerque's Albuquerque's wild. I gotta say, like people's drivers and the roads themselves suck. It's because like they'll have like the signage up and everything, the sign for the turn after the turn, and it's just like in Arizona, there's like a sign like way couple miles, like mile, half mile, like quarter mile, all the way up to the turn. New Mexico is just like turn. You're just like ah. And it took my mud flap too. So, you know, I might just fly out there and rent a vehicle or something. Do I think there are skinwalkers in California? Nah. Maybe like one or two, if that. But maybe their tribes have something similar. They have a different name. But a Navajo skinwalker? Probably not. No. Do I believe? Would it be possible for skinwalkers or evil beings from Navajo lands to travel to Poland? I'm asking because I'm not sure if I can sleep with my window open or not. No. Well, try getting a animal skin and antlers and bone knives and everything through TSA. I don't think it's gonna work. Yoshi, what's up? Oh. Newsletter Powwow Trail. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Let me see. What do I know about portals? They exist. Yeah, that's especially when you deal with interdimensional beings, when spirits themselves, it's pretty gnarly when you think about it because spirits are like us. You know, you can touch and do all these different things. They can see us and do all these things. It's just they're in another dimension. You know, they're right here, right next to us. It's just we don't see them unless you know how to do those ceremonies and train your eyes to be able to see in those other realms, or are gifted with that. You know, and that's something that like because they're of another dimension, they know how to go in between through all these other different dimensions that go to all these different places. So these portals are all places where they can hop in and out of those dimensions and go to different places, you know, whether that be to a different world, teleport, do all these different stuff, you know. Yeah, I believe in portals. So just don't fall in one, you know, just be careful. Yeah. Had to close a few of them up in my day. Da, 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 da. Would be interesting if you could gather some of the elders and ask them to share whatever they want with us about their culture. Oh, he's not an elder, but he's an uncle, and pretty much this ring that I have right here. I don't know. I don't know if my autofocus is on or whatever. If it's just on my face, but yeah. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw the photo of everything of this new ring. My uncle-in-law made me. So, he tells his stories and teachings of his craft and where that comes from. And so, pretty much the whole process of how it was made, the thought process, the stories that go behind it, he gave those stories and knowledge of silversmithing itself from his perspective and how he was taught. So that's something that, it's, I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to ask my grandpa if he was down for this, but he's just he doesn't really like technology. He's just like, what for? What do you do this for? It's really gonna get after me and everything. Oh geez, it just updated it again. Okay. Let me see. It's a big old huge section of comments right now. Hey, what's up, France? Stay away from medicine man. You could tell them apart. Yes. What drives people to become skinwalkers? Loneliness, boredom, sadness, and wanting a family, wanting to be a part of something. I've actually met some people that did turn, and then met some people who have left. Asked them those very questions too, and they said that those beings provided them a home and love and protection when no one else could. So that's one of those things. It's all a matter of perspective, honestly. But if you start killing people, that's when it gets bad. Yeah, it's just let me see. Do the guys from Ghost Adventures yell less now? That's why I stopped watching them back then. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm trying to think back. Have you guys seen the trailer for my latest for Ghost Adventures? I'm gonna be in their Skinwalker video documentary kind of thing that's coming up. We filmed that back in like November. So if you guys were following me on Instagram back then, it was like when I was up in the Red Rocks, Twin Rocks, I believe it was in Utah. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. The section I was at, they didn't yell a lot. But maybe after I left, there's one of those things is I get a lot of people commenting on my videos about they see me on there. They're like, you work with Ghost Adventures? Those guys are fake. Or those guys are so-and-so somehow and everything. You see all the drama and everything. I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, it's just like I work with them and all that, but this isn't my first time I've worked with Ghost Adventures. If you guys haven't seen, this was like back when we were in UTS days, and we did an episode with them at Vulture City. It was Disturbed in Wickenburg. I think it was season 24, episode 7. I didn't have a speaking role in that one, but you can kind of see me in the background. I'm just like big old tall native dude in jeans. That was back when I wore jeans. I was just like, after living in the valley, I can't wear jeans anymore. She's too hot for it. But anyways, they're cool guys, and I know they have like a lot of controversy as far as for, whether they fake stuff or do whatever and all that other stuff. And it's just like, I knew we investigated with them, and when we were there, and when they posted the video itself, everything, nothing was edited. Everything was true to how it was when we filmed it. And so, at least for our part, they didn't fake anything that was there. So, that was one thing I was worried about, because when you do these collabs with people and you let them do like their video editing and all that stuff, they can really do a bunch of crazy stuff, and it's scary because you leave it all in their hands. But after that, we had a really good experience, and I know Zach has his stuff with like Nick Groff and all that. Like I grew up watching Ghost Adventures too. I was there during their first days when they started it up and all that. So it's one of those things. It's like they have their beef. People have beef with each other, and just some people can't work with each other. I'm sure you guys have had coworkers you freaking hate out of your mind, and you just like, you have an argument one day and they're just like, screw it, I'm gonna leave, and you quit your job or whatever. I imagine it's one of those cases too. It's a job for them. It's entertainment. And that's one thing like a lot of people have to understand is like, it's a TV show. That's one thing is like a lot of people have to distinguish, like there's rules, there's guidelines, there's ratings, there's all these certain different things when it comes to having a TV show that sometimes if you go to a location, this happens a lot. Well, not really a lot for us, but sometimes it's happened to us a couple times to where you go to a location and you don't capture anything. There's not really any spirits or anything there. So you're just like, okay, well, what do we do? We spent all this money coming here. And I can only imagine for them plane flights, rental cars, hotels, food for an entire production crew, and they don't get anything. That's where it's just like, I can imagine maybe they kind of fake some stuff, but like most of the stuff that I've seen, when you watch these paranormal shows and all that, in a sense, all of it can be faked. Voices, shadows, orbs, everything can be faked. And that's one of the things that was always kind of like, oh, this is like a horror movie. This is kind of scary and everything when I was watching it growing up. And so when we actually started investigating ourselves, that's just one thing that, I always correlated back to like Ghost Adventures, because we would like have the same equipment. We would try to get the same equipment and just see how it works. I myself, when we first started investigating, I was just like, I don't think this is gonna work, because I got like this app, like it was like a I guess you can say it was a what was it? Spirit Box. Yeah, the Spirit Box app and everything. And so when we actually had it, I was just like, this ain't gonna work. I was just sitting there for like a long time, and I started. We went to the Apache Death Cave, and I started speaking my native language at the time. And when I did that, it spoke back to us in our language, and I was just like, there's no freaking way that this device here or anything knows our language or anything, or even responds in the language, but that correlates with what I was asking at the time. So, when it comes to this stuff, you watch these episodes and shows, you're like, okay, when you watch the TV shows and compared to when you look at it in real life, seeing a shadow like that is plausible. Seeing, orbs of light is plausible. Hearing voices like that is plausible. Hearing screams like that is plausible. But then again, like I said, it's a TV show, and so that's just one of those things. It's just like, if you're gonna go into like a TV show and just be like, this is the truth 100%, it's just like they try, and then so that's one of the main things. And Zach and those guys are 26 seasons in. These guys know how to talk with spirits. They know how to get a reaction out of them. They know how to use their equipment to be able to do that. So they don't really have to fake anything, really, because they have all these years of experience. It's not that hard to talk with spirits. So, once you learn how to do that, it becomes really easy. And especially having a service record that Zach and those guys do with all the spirits and everything they've seen, it's building up one of those things. It's like building up your prowess, building up your spiritual prowess of like, whenever you see a spirit or anything like that, they see you and be like, oh, this guy's actually done some stuff with his life and everything. So he actually knows and sees all that stuff. So they reached out back to me again. And when they reached out, they're like, hey, we got some Skinwalker stuff going on up here. Can you meet us in Utah this weekend? And I live in Phoenix, Arizona. So, but it's with Ghost Adventures. So our first time we, filmed with them, super respectful, man. It was honestly, they let us do our thing. And that was one of the things I loved. Was we've been on other TV shows and all that other stuff, and they've always kind of just really constricted us of what we could really do. And they're like, oh, we don't have time for that. You can't do that. Demi Lovato. Just kidding. But yeah, we filmed with them, and they were very like, oh, you guys don't have time for that. Oh, you can't do that, or all these other different things. So when we went with Ghost Adventures, they just let us do our thing, and they would just include Zach in on it. So went out to Utah, filmed with them, and all I can say is I don't know what happened after I left. I was only there for I'm only going to be in it for like a certain section, and they went and showed me some really crazy cave with some stuff in it, and we investigated a little bit. So everything that happens afterwards, whether it be cause and effect of actions I did or not, I'm not too sure. Even me myself, I went there. I haven't seen the episode or anything like that. But yeah, they were again really respectful. The first time we met them, we didn't really get as much time to speak with them. We filmed, and they ended up taking off back into town to get their rest for the next day because they had some interviews. But this time, I was actually able to kind of sit back and actually have a conversation with each and every one of these guys, from Jeff Conkle, Jay Wasley, Billy. Billy wasn't there for the first time. Aaron, Zach. I was able to have these conversations with everybody and just getting to really know these guys, ask them questions and everything, and just get to know their hearts, where their mindset's at, and everything. And I can honestly say these guys have good hearts. These guys have good mindsets and everything. And it's their job to do this. It's their job to be entertainers. So when people say, they're screaming, they're doing it, they're being too much, it's just like, it's a TV show. They're gonna be doing that. That's why, like, whenever we did like a YouTube channel, it's more real when you experience something like that, because and then you have those other YouTubers that like, oh my God, freaking out. And we never wanted to be like those guys because it kind of annoys the hell out of me when people do that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun meeting those guys, or seeing them again, talking with them. And so I'm excited for the episode. So comment if you guys are excited for the episode. And yeah, those guys eat really healthy. They got me a burger, really nice, pretty nice hotel and everything. So good conversation. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Ghost Adventures for being awesome guys, being very hospitable, and being very, caring and understanding of myself and my culture, and respecting it. So, regardless of what people did 10 years ago with Nick Groff or whatever, how he treats me and how he respects me right here and right now. People make mistakes and they can grow. They can get better. No tobacco tonight. I'm trying to cut back. Just kidding. I lied. I had to smoke before this, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's just like I don't want to stink up my room, with tobacco smoke. I live in an apartment, so it's still daylight outside, kind of. So I can't, have a bunch of smoke coming out my window. They're gonna call security on me. Hey, thank you so much for the donation. Woo. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to read this. With all the native tribes here, what spirits would you think we have paranormal wise? IG, Dogman, Skinwalker, etc. Could you elaborate on where here is? If you're talking about Phoenix area specifically, watch out for Goatman. Yeah, my in-laws. I got some in-laws over in Pima Res over here. They tell me stories about Goatman and everything. So just be careful. And that's one of those things. Like when you live in a city, you have so many different types of spirits. You have so many different. There's local spirits, native spirits, but then you also have all these other different tribes and people and their guardians and demons and everything that follow them from wherever lands they came from. So it's a zoo of spiritual beings, I have to say. Let me see. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to read. Do you know of any cases where a person has told spirits they don't know what they want and they can't help them and ask to be left alone? That the spirits listen and ease up? Let me see if I could try to decipher that. So, a spirit denying help. Yes, we've run into that quite a few times. But it was always one of those things that we always try to give understanding that this is like, okay, you know where you're at, right? Are you good? And a lot of times when we go to these haunted locations, they're energy hub of energy. People come and go all the time throughout those places. So they have unlimited amount of energy. That's one thing when I was a tour guide over in Vulture City, Arizona. Those spirits are happy being ghosts. They don't want to go on to the next world, So whenever we go to these haunted locations, they have a bunch of people that come in, they interact, they have fun with people. I used to call that place Spiritual Disneyland because that's where a lot of people come in. Maybe they have like a spirit with them. They're like, hey, I like this place. I'm going to chill here. They leave the family, or sometimes, what we always used to say on the tours, is like, be sure to say goodbye and not let anything follow you, because some of these spirits might be following you home from Vulture City. So we had some spirits in Vulture City that were always very happy to be there. So we always give them offering. We always try to help them out as much as they can. So it's like, cool, you're cool chilling here? Well, here's some tobacco. Here's some other supplies and food offering and all these other things. Help sustain you until the next person comes. Blessings to you and hope you have a great time. So yeah, we do that all the time too. Has a Skinwalker ever been taken alive? Yeah. Let me see. Okay, let me see. When are the shirts coming? Okay, so this shirt right here made me change what I'm trying to do. So at Gathering Nations, we met this group called the Common Kings. If you guys haven't heard their music, go check it out. CUMMONKINGS. I have to read it backwards. I don't know why I had a hard time spelling that. But Common Kings, yeah. These guys have some really cool, chill music and everything. They're from the islands. So this is a 3X shirt and it fits long. That's one thing I kind of like, you know. So, especially for like, you know, I want to have an option for bigger people, you know, whether that be really tall or really wide, you know, like I fit in the category of really tall. I'm starting to get really wide, you know, I'm trying to work out and get a little bit better on that. But, you know, I have the option for people like that. This is a comfortable ass shirt. That's one thing I want to give to you guys is a comfortable ass shirt. I was going to go with something that was like really generic and all that other stuff, but that wouldn't be fair to you guys because it'd be just a waste of your money. You wash your shirt twice and it just fades away and it's just like you end up throwing it away or it becomes a bedtime shirt. You're gonna rep my brand. I want to make sure it lasts a long time. Yeah. So coming very soon. Yeah. Is it dangerous to feel bad for spirits with bad intent? No. Well, yeah. It depends on what you do. You can feel bad for them because, like I said, the origin stories of sometimes of where these spirits come from. It's a true villain story. It was sort of like the Joker and everything, you know. It's a happy person that got broken so bad he ended up turning evil. So that's one of those things where you have to just pray for them, you know. Don't give them more than that, really. If they say like, "Oh, I need a place to stay," like, no, kind of go along, keep doing your thing, or they like, "I need some blood," like, no, go do your thing, you know. I need a sacrifice, no, you know. I'll give you some tobacco. Here you go. Many blessings to you. Go on your way and everything. You know, it's just a main thing. Just pray for them and just not only bad spirits but bad people too. You know, like there's a lot of people out there with a lot of hate. I see them in the comments all the time. You know, people just having a bad day. You know, I don't take it out on them personally or anything. They're having a bad day, so you pray for them. You know, like, hey, I just person's having a hard time. Just pray they have a good day, and maybe tomorrow they'll be a better person. So do that with spirits and people in the same time. Oh. Whoa. Okay, another update just happened. Spirits specifically. That's pertaining. Thank you again for another donation. You rock. So it depends. Over in Navajo Nation, you know, you have the mountain spirits, the sky spirits, night spirits, guardian spirits, earth spirits, night spirits, day spirits, star spirits, from specifically our tribe. And then you have the Apaches to the south. They have their branches of their own too. Monsters, guardian spirits, warrior spirits. And then you go to the other band of the Apaches. And then you go to the Salt River Pima. And you go to the Tohono O'odham people. And then you go to, you know, the Havasupai people. And then you go to the Hopi people. You go to the Pueblo people. You know. You can kind of get where I'm going at. Like everybody kind of has like their own spirits. You know, they have Apache crown dancers. Probably show you guys here in this in a little bit, but some photos I took of during Gathering of Nations. But there's honestly a lot of spirits that are around, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly who you're speaking to exactly. Yeah. What's up with the Hat Man type of shadow people? What do they want? Just watching people sleep? They want your face. Yeah, if you haven't checked out my Shadow Beings video, go check that out. It's a lot of jealousy and everything. They're trying to, in a sense, like take your face. They're trying to take your features and everything that make you it as an individual, and you're not looking like everybody else and everything. So some of them wear a hat. Some of them wear different clothes. Some of them do these different things to kind of distinguish themselves from each other. So yeah, that's one of those things right there. Ba, 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 ba. Could a person who's skinwalking be redeemed and brought back to the land of the living, so to speak? Yeah, I've seen it happen a couple times before. Just hang up the skins and all that. It's just they have to, in a sense, go to like a witness protection program kind of thing, and just not run into any of those spirits. But it's a long road to redemption, but it's possible. This stream needs more thumbs up. I got 2, so everyone else put your 2 thumbs up for this. What are some good offerings for ghosts and spirits? Loose tobacco is one of them. Fruits, vegetables is another. Herbs is another one too. Not parsley, but corn pollen, yellow corn pollen, specifically for our tribe. Those are some things we use for offering as well. They use that for food and nourishment. Other tribes and other religions have different offerings. So just whatever comes from the heart too. Don't give away your iPhone. They're not going to use that. But something else. Just try to find something good to the heart that they can use. Yeah. So what kind of spirits are in Vulture City? Are we talking about gunfighters and cowboys? Part of it. You also have the native side too. You also have monsters too. Ooh. Let's see. Yes. That'll probably be for next week's paranormal video. That'll be another poll. Like here, let me just do another. Well, is this poll done? Okay, so people are still voting, but it looks like Soul Eater's winning. I'll probably make another poll here pretty soon of the next week's video. I could probably do a monsters movie or a monsters movie. A monster video. So Vulture City is in a sense a burial site of ancient monsters and beasts. So the stories go is there used to be a lot of guardians and everything that used to be actually these guys right here. Let me see. Oh, well, my video is stuck right there, but yes, these guys right here, Apache Crown Dancers. So the Apaches that used to be their land over there. So they have their guardian spirits that were over there too. And when people, a lot of the settlers came and moved them on to different reservations or they relocated somewhere else, they had medicinal people that would kind of run ceremonies and chill everything out in those peaks and those burial grounds and everything. But when they got moved out, there was nothing to protect it. So when it came to that point, excuse me, evil was just like saw somebody walking, Henry Wickenburg saw him walking and they enticed him with a quartz crystal that was right there. And when you find quartz crystal, there's always gold nearby. So they pulled on his greed and everything to be able to start digging up the mine and everything. So when they ended up digging up the mine, they ended up releasing a lot of the essence of those monsters that were in there within. That's what I want to talk about with giants too. Probably will be in that video as well. So with the giants, their spirits started roaming around again, and people in Wickenburg, the city itself, started seeing giant shadows walking around. It actually made the newspaper. And let me tell you, these aren't indigenous people. These are just like normal settlers that came over. They started seeing all this crazy shit, and they were like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So it actually made the newspaper and everything. So that's where you have like a bunch of different things. We actually got a cry of a thunderbird that was actually in there, and a thunderbird itself is a very, very powerful being that we had to fight off long ago and all that stuff. So that could be another video. Thunderbird. You talk about giants. You talk about the mini horn monster. You could talk about all these other different beings and monsters. There's the big lizard. You got Yeti, big giant, and all these other different things. So like I said, I got plenty of paranormal content. You just got to wait for it a little bit. Yeah. I work a normal day job, everybody. It takes me some time to get off work. I got to go get some food, and then I got to go edit, and all these other different things. Doing my best. But if we continue growing, maybe we can get YouTube to be my full-time job. And I have all the time in the world to tell you guys every single story. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to read comments and everything. How do you know if something is attached to you? So, you see this ring, you see this watch I'm wearing. It has weight to it. Normally, if you take that off, your hand's free, you can do whatever. But you wear clothes, you wear a bandana, there's a weight that comes with it. If something is attached to you, you're going to feel that weight that's with it and everything. So if you feel darkness, if you feel more drained, if you feel more of these certain different types of things, then you more than likely have an attachment. You have started having nightmares, start having things kind of out of the ordinary, things are out of balance for you. Either you did something that there's like a little gunk on you, evil gunk, or there might be a spirit with you. That's pretty much how you can tell, just that's where I say a lot of times in my videos is knowing who you are yourself is very key. Knowing how like you wake up, your tendencies, how you feel, your mindset, songs you like, food you like to eat, all these other different things too. Knowing yourself fully and completely. So whenever you're like, oh, I feel a headache coming on, it's like, okay, well, I need to take a medication. And it's just like, I know if I take this medication right now, it's going to take me like 4 minutes for it to hit in or whatever like that. To be able to know yourself truly like that. And when it comes to spirituality too, that becomes a very big thing too as well. So get to know yourself, and if you feel off, it's your body telling you something's wrong with you. Yeah. Thank you for enjoying my videos. What's the music I play on the videos? I play music from Artlist. It's a website. I bought a license from them so I can use like all their music they have on their website. We used to use story blocks, but I kind of we mainly use that for like B-roll footage and stock footage and everything. Music was all right, it wasn't that good. I like Artlist because it's a little bit more cinematic. I always want to say cinematographic or whatever. But cool. What is a good way to keep skinwalkers from trespassing on your land? Get one of their skins and hang it up on the fence. Yeah. Not the human skin, but the coyote skin. Hang it up there and just let them know not to fuck with you. Just kidding. Whose fry bread is the best? Aunties or grandmas? Grandmas, man. They got more years. They got more experience. They just know the right consistency to be able to blend, all the ingredients together to make a perfect piece of fry bread. I mean, every Indian in the world was there. Thank you guys so much for the donations. Woohoo! You guys rock. I love these detailed explanations of evil. This gives people a way to protect their minds. Yes, that's the whole point of it. And that's why, going back to the whole powwow videos thing is because we do those dances and we do all these different things. We endure with our bodies and those songs and everything. Those songs are the songs that we use, especially in the men's traditional dancing and everything. Those were songs we used to sing before we go to war, before we go to hunting. We sing those songs. Even when we would go investigate, we would sing those songs to protect ourselves. We'd go against these spirits and everything. Yeah, maybe dancing and fancy feathers and competition and healing and all that stuff, but there's teachings behind those videos and everything. Who? Do you think there is a link between Aztec and the Anasazi? The Anasazi were driven out of Chaco area shortly before the rise of Mexico. Possibly. I do know for sure that not all of them were wiped out. The ones that were actually good did go on to be create some of the tribes that are existing here today. But possibly. If I was there, I would know more. Yeah. Sweet. Hey, I gave a like to that donation. Cool. Let me see. Can I go? Oh, I can't give a. Sorry. Okay. What is the symbolism or medicine of vultures? Uh, I don't know. For our tribe, we don't really have symbolisms, maybe of death, you know, survival, maybe. uh, I have a quick question. I encountered an eagle owl nest when I went rock hunting for native meeting for a native meeting. What would that mean? P.S. Love your videos. Shout out to you for enjoying my videos. Um, well, depending on for Navajos, if you see owls, it's a sign of death. But really, that's kind of just for our thing. So I know other tribes and races and religions have different meanings for owls, but it's just what spirit people told us. They're like, hey, for you guys, if you see an owl, it means death. But for you guys, if you see an owl, it means luck. You know, kind of thing. It's just kind of like how our genetic makeup was made, so we interact with all these other different beings and everything. Um, uh, can spirit make you have vision or hallucinations like UFO or others? Yeah, take you on a journey, man. That's what they call it. Taking you on a journey, right there. Teach you a lesson, right there. Have a vision. Ba, 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 ba. Is it true only natives can handle or possess eagle feathers? Yes, that is true. If you have eagle feathers and you're not Native American, that's a federal crime and you will go to jail. Um, Native Americans are the only ones that are able to have eagle feathers. So if any of you out there are have eagle feathers or anything like that, you know, just don't let the cops see you. Yeah, because the bald eagle and all those other eagles are protected by the U.S. government federally. So if anybody hunts them or has any feathers in their possession, they will go to jail immediately. So I don't recommend carrying eagle feathers. Eagle feathers. Eagle feathers. Yes. Okay. Sweet. Let me see. Oh my God, there's so many more comments. There's like a whole book right here. Hello from Glendale. Can't wait. Can't watch right now. We'll watch later. Oh, cool. Well, speaking to you in the future for the donation. Thank you so much. Do I participate in AC meetings? Oh yeah, I do. My one of my uncles is roadman. Yeah. So we go up there, we pray in that way, that's it, and in that way, I got to work on my singing and drumming, but I grew up on it, going to all those meetings. We went one recently, I would say last year. Yeah, I had one for my birthday. But it was a good time. Yeah, but it's just been a while since I've gone before that, trying to reconnect with it. And yeah, just need to work on my songs, remembering them. So one thing is like learning the songs, and then you learn the songs, but then you take the medicine, and then you forget the songs while you take the medicine. So yeah, yes, I do go to NEC. Yes. Have I ever encountered gods or deities? Yes, I have. And that's where a lot of you people need to understand the fucking severity of what you're doing with this spiritual world stuff. You have some of these deities, that's one thing we always explain is you have some of these deities that are so powerful you can't even look in their direction. You're forced to look down on the ground and go on your knees. That's how powerful they are. Like literally like if I can explain is that noise. That noise right there is like and it just forces and pushes you down to where you can't even look at these guys. That's how, and that's not even like the super super powerful ones that are out there. So that's why like when people are worried about skinwalkers, they're just on the scale of like, I'm gonna give this a reference to Dragon Ball Z. Skinwalkers are a bunch of Yamchas. Okay. Yeah. There's other deities out there that are so much stronger beasts and all these other different things that are like Goku and Jiren and Broly level type stuff. Like skinwalkers are just a bunch of Yamchas, or even I would say Simon, but Cybermen, but like even those guys kill Yamcha. So skinwalkers are Yamcha. I'll just say that. Yeah. So don't fear the skinwalkers, everybody. They're just a bunch of Yamchas running around. Hey, what's up from New Zealand? Oh, Alaska. Bald eagle feathers are all over the shoreline in Alaska. They're worse than seagulls. Hey, send me some. Oh, I don't think you can send them some, but save them. I'll go to Canada or Alaska and I'll get some eagle feathers. I need a new fan. Yeah. um. Bum. A noise like electricity. Yeah, pretty much. That's something that I. It's like you feel it in your atoms and your bones, and it vibrates throughout your whole body, and it hurts. So yeah, it's not a fun time. Have you been a part of a real life exorcism in like the movies? Yes. If you guys haven't, go check out the Wash Show Club over at Underneath the Supernatural channel. The Wash Show Club, I think it was like season 2 finale. You get to see my brother perform a Native American ceremony or exorcism on Pattaya. So that's why one thing we grew up doing a lot is like just exorcisms like that and all those different things. So there's some that are really, there's some that are good or some that are easy, some that are hard and all those other things, but yeah. Yeah, I'm calling out Yamcha right now. He's a cool dude, like I gave him a hope in Dragon Ball, but he just couldn't keep up, man. Poor guy. Hey, thank you so much for the donation. They sell eagle feathers on Amazon. I don't. They're probably not real. You could tell they're real. Let's see. It's in my car actually. I have more, but I don't want to bust those out. Those are for ceremony only. Yeah. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We're still gaining viewers. Yeah. What's up, everybody? How's everybody's morning, evening, afternoon going? Yeah. I had to do a quick search of who the fuck Yamcha is. Yeah. Yamcha, poor guy. Fallout. Yes, I did watch Fallout 2. I really liked it. It was kind of one of those things. It was kind of a slow burn for me. I think I played 2 of the games. It was like Fallout 4 and New Vegas, I think it was. But I would have to say in all the TV shows that I've watched recently, Fallout was really good because the ending plot twist was really wild. I loved it, and just like how good storytelling like that kind of comes together at the end like that. It was just like you have all these loose strings, but then it just goes perfectly into the perfect knot at the end, and it's just like yes. Another show you guys should check out is Shogun. Let me know if you guys have seen Shogun. Woo, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Thank you for the advice about the eagle. Eagle owl. I'm just barely starting my journey as a young shaman with healing and dreams and cosmic energies. Do you have any advice for a young shaman like me? Trust your gut. Be careful. Always have protection first before you start branching out. And just stick to what you know. Don't take on too much on what you can't. And in a sense, you're becoming a medicinal person. Is you're starting to put your life on the line to be able to heal people and always do good. And many blessings, and hope you have a good journey. Do people of the Navajo Nation believe in the idea of being born with spirit animals? No, not us. I think those are other different tribes. Yeah, selling them is also illegal, but also having one in your possession is illegal too. That's illegal. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Gotta respond to a text message. Okay. What do I think of Shogun and how the show ended? Okay, cool. Nice. We're into Shogun. I really like Shogun. 10 out of 10 show and everything. It was really freaking awesome and amazing. Give me 1 second. I gotta go do something real quick. Be right back, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry. Shogun, yeah, it's a good show. The ending, I honestly was a little bit disappointed. There wasn't like a big battle that happened. I was looking forward to it, but didn't happen. It's understandable, didn't need to happen, but would have been that much cooler if it actually did. Okay. Making a video about Navajo creation story. Yeah. I mentioned it a couple times, but bits and pieces of it, but not fully in depth. Let me see. Yeah, if you guys, if it's too long to chat in here, I'll do my best to try to reach out. I get a lot of DM messages on my Instagram and all that, asking for questions and all that. I do my best to try to reach out to them, but I don't get to all of them. So Instagram is the best way if you want to reach me. If you have any other questions outside of this, it's a little too personal. You know, you want to share it privately. You know, I'll try to help you guys out as much as I can. Have I reviewed other channels? Did videos about native Navajo culture to see how respectful they are? Wartime Stories did a video on Skinwalkers to seem like he was trying to be respectful. I mean, I've sometimes people get it right, sometimes people get it wrong, and that's just one of those things you just like sometimes piss me off, and other times I'm just like, fuck it, you know, it's what people want to watch, so go for it. I haven't seen Wartime Stories, so I'll probably have to check it out. And I'll give you guys my thoughts on my next live stream. When you're encountering deities, are you in the astral realm or awake? Both. Give it both. Yes. What significance do feathers have to a culture? So eagles, hawks, and kind of falcons too, depending. Some other tribes use like owl feathers, crow feathers too, and everything. But they have, in a sense, in our stories, we have a feather that comes up right here too, and so that's the feather is in a sense our antenna of how we communicate with spiritual beings and everything. So whenever we wear those physically and everything, our connection to spiritual beings is that much stronger. Did you ever find a new katana than your ninja toe? You have hanging. No, I haven't yet. There's actually a dude over in Utah on Instagram who reached out to me. He's I think he's a native guy, and he makes swords too. So maybe we're probably going to be doing a collab with him. Yeah, so stay tuned for that, everybody. But if anyone has any swords they'd like to send me, go for it. I would love to have some new swords. Yes, I did see the new Fallout series. I thought it was amazing. I'm excited for the new season. Do I know any Ho Chunks? No. I would love to meet some, though. Any thoughts on the lights in the sky in Arizona? Happens nightly, and they move in such erratic ways. Erratic ways, no. There have been many times they seem like they're communicating. I'm old on Navajo Land. Yes, definitely. Like I've seen some crazy stuff over, especially over in Second Mesa. I see a bunch of lights out there too and everything. So yeah, spiritual beings, interdimensional beings, outer dimensional beings, sideways dimensional beings, upside down dimensional beings. Yeah, they're out there. They're out there. So just be careful. Are Navajos allowed to have eagle feathers? I don't think so. The reason why I have it is because we go to Lakota ceremonies, so that's where we earn ours over there too, and so that's where, like I said, like yeah, I'm Navajo, but like we branch out to spirituality kind of things, that kind of intertribal kind of relations like that. You know, we go to ceremonies with these different tribes, and you know we earn certain things by going to ceremonies with them. They gift us things, so. You know, and then we in a sense earn the right to be able to use those things. So typically a normal Navajo, no, I don't think you're supposed to be wearing feathers now. Welcome, everybody. Still getting some new viewers. What's up, everyone? What steel would you like? I have a collection. Ooh. Anything strong? I've had I bought this one sword. It was freaking hilarious. It was it said it was a Damascus sword, but it was kind of like a cheap steel that was like painted to look like it was Damascus online. I got it and tried like slicing a water bottle with it and it just ended up bending and I was just like, fuck, spent like $150 on it. So whatever, man, you know. Anything that's strong that'll last in a good fight, you know, who knows? Zombie apocalypse, it comes up, you know, gonna need it. Is the Call of Duty Nazi zombie lore real life? I only got really into zombies in Black Ops 1 and 2. I think it was World at War when it was first introduced. I've only played that like the iPhone version of that. I never really played like the full thing. But yeah, the lore on zombies has gotten pretty wild and everything. Yeah. I plan on becoming a blacksmith and making katanas as my ancestors once did. Do it. Let me know when you make some. I'll purchase some off you. Yeah. I would love to make some with you. Ba, 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 ba. Rattlesnake season, everybody. Yes, rattlesnake season. It's deadly season. It's dying season. Thousand ways to die in the West kind of season. So just be safe out there, everyone. Have I ever dealt with the spirits of deceased warriors? Yes, good and bad. Yeah, that's one thing that is kind of sad, you know, because you see like some veterans soldiers get. It's one thing with war is people don't understand is like when people do pass away and everything on the battlefield, there's a spiritual war happening at the same time too. Some people get captured, some people, you know, get killed right there. You have your guardian spirits, the people you're fighting and trying to kill have their spirits too. So yeah, it gets pretty gnarly. Yeah, I forget the brand of katana I got. I got it from website. It was like some old school website. This is like back in like 2010. I would have to say, a long time ago. Have I? Where'd that comment go? Things are fresh. I gotta scroll up. Thank you so much for the donation. Um, I saw the question. It was like, have I seen Dark Winds? Yes, I've seen Dark Winds. Eh. I mean, no hate on the actors, no hate on anybody else. If anything, it's a retelling of an old story of it was either a show or a movie called Skinwalkers. It was with Wes Studi and Adam Beach. So I honestly kind of think that one was a little bit better, but you know, this one was still pretty good too. You know, the cop that played on Reservation Dogs, he was like the shit ass cop and everything. He said shit ass all the time. Yeah, they all did a really good job, and it's hard being, you know, it's trying to speak another tribe's language and be an actor because that's what Adam Beach and West Studi did. They're not Navajo, but you know, then you see like Adam Beach on that movie Wind Talkers too. It's about Navajo code talkers when World War II, and he did a pretty good job speaking Navajo. But you know, you're always gonna have gripe about people and everything talking about that stuff. Do you have traditional teachers who are open to Westerners who need training due to sensitivity of spirits and such? I think I'm the best you're gonna get for now. um, a lot of our stuff that we have for our teachings and everything, as far as for our ceremonies, are specifically made for us and our genetics and our spirituality, how we're made. Because a lot of times when it comes to like a lot of the spiritual stuff, our taboos aren't your taboos. Things that'll affect us won't affect you. Things that will affect you won't affect us, kind of thing. So that's where I recommend, you know, if you're a spiritual person, try to connect with your roots of wherever you come from and learn the ways through that. Yeah. Need advice. I have custody of my 3-year-old granddaughter. Recently, I noticed her talking to something in her room. I asked her. She points and says, "Don't you see it, Nana?" And am I overreacting to this? No. Children can see spirits and all that other stuff too. So I recommend sweetgrass, cedar. Burn everything out in your house. Get some ash. I believe in my powwow video, I talk about either my powwow video or my shadow beings video. I talk more in depth about making ash and everything. So check that out. Make some ash. Put it above your doorways and windows. Start out in the east. Make it clockwise all the way around to the east again. Above your doors and windows, there's a little mark. It should be good. Uh, ba, ba, ba. Ah. So yeah, these things just update every time. What are your thoughts on reservation dogs? Is it an accurate depiction of life on the reservation? The humor is. Reservation dogs, I have to say, did a really great job as far as for the struggles and everything we deal with mentally, physically, and spiritually on the reservations, and how we use comedy and laughter. We've been through a lot: genocide, alcoholism. Our tribes and ceremonies and language didn't become legal until, well, mainly our ceremonies didn't come legal until like the 1970s. So it's my grandpa's time and age. So a lot of trauma and everything, boarding schools and all that stuff. So we get through all the trauma and everything through laughter and humor and shit talking. So Reservation Dogs did capture that really well. So really great show. Kind of sad it ended. But thank you so much for the donation. Have I been to other dimensions? Yeah. I'm in one right now. Think about it. I'm here physically, but I'm in front of your face right now. That's dimensional. I would have to say that's dimensional because I'm transporting myself to another plane of existence. Think about it in that way, maybe. Ever seen Bigfoot? Yes, I have. I made a Bigfoot video talking about my experience during one of the ceremonies I had. Weird question: Do spirits live? Do spirits have lives, houses, or cities? Yes. Spiritual markets, towns, cities, and all that stuff. They have those. Excuse me. A little dry in here. But yes, spiritual cities in the skies, in the mountains, in the clouds, and everything. They exist. My mom used to have a nightmare when she was little of a yellow-eyed adult wolf. Told her, "Your father killed my father, and I'm going to kill you." Either my mom woke up, I got caught by the wolf. Any idea what that means? Maybe give an offering. That's one of the things I would say is just give an offering and just give your condolences for the loss of life or the life that was taken. Try to find the balance, trying to find the duality of what happened and everything, and just try to find amends and just bridge those gaps and everything. Yeah. Oh, and thank you so much for the donation. Yo, love the videos. Have changed my perspective on ghost hunting, spirituality in general. Keep it up, brother. Oh, thank you so much for enjoying. As a native from Oklahoma, it was pretty accurate for me, especially IHS. LOL. The IHS. Bobby Lee killed it on that one. I have to say, he was pretty funny. That whole aunties going to a conference video. It's he finally snagged. Give it to Bobby Lee for snagging. Yeah, like I said, it's a great show and everything, and you see people who are from there. They can vouch for it too. Okay. Did there used to be water in the canyons on Navajo Res? Yes, that's where the ocean used to be. What's crazy is people don't know that. The ocean used to go all the way up to the Navajo Nation right there. So if you walk around on the Navajo Res, like if you say go going up toward like the mesas and everything, even in Winslow, Arizona too. Winslow, Arizona, you walk around the desert and all that stuff, you'll find seashells. This blew my mind when I was a kid because like we would play outside, run around and all that stuff, and I would be doing like a little sandcastle or whatever, playing with my army men in the sand, and I would see a seashell, and I would just be like, "What the hell?" So then like I'd be looking around and finding more of them and everything, and just kind of growing up on the res and seeing all that stuff, you would find seashells everywhere. So it was like, yo, and then I would ask my uncle. He's like, "Yeah, the ocean used to be up here." I'm like, "You knew this and you didn't tell me?" It's just little old me just kind of freaking out and all that. But yeah, it used to have rivers, oceans. It used to be very vast and green. And that's why, we have the biggest uranium deposit that made all the nuclear weapons for the U.S. government to be able to protect us. And it's probably going to make the Fallout TV show come to life. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, a lot of the uranium for the nuclear bombs and everything, World War II up to current day came from Navajo Nation. Yeah, and the U.S. government kind of just left all those mines open for us to get sick and die away from cancer. But they're trying to make amends to try to clean it up, depending on the president, whoever comes in. Yeah. You go into Sweat Lodge. Yes, I go into Sweat Lodge with my grandpa, my Navajo grandpa, and then my relatives up in Lakota country, too. Maximum record, I have 75 rocks. Sweat Lodge. 4 rounds. Made me question my life. I guess you could say I was in the spirit world during that sweat. Yeah. Okay. Have I seen the horror film Old Ways 2020? It's not highly recommended. That's what the Brujas, right? Yeah, that was a really good one too. Like the whole like demon in the pupil eye and everything, and how she ended up becoming taking her place and becoming one of those. That was really cool to be able to see that culture of all that stuff, the medicinal people and everything, fighting off demons. It was really cool. Any thoughts on the infamous Skinwalker Ranch? This is like one of the biggest questions I always get. Aliens, not as much Skinwalkers anymore. It's a sacred site, so it's where a lot of spirits go to get like a lot of their energies and kind of stuff like that. So, if I had a brain fart there. Spirits and everything, Skinwalkers and all that used to go up there. Tribes used to go run ceremonies and stuff up there to communicate with spirits easier. Not so much anymore because it's become a commercial hotspot. So it's just mainly aliens these days. Not really much Skinwalkers anymore. Would you do a documentary on the divine intervention? I got to figure out what that is. I'll get back to you on that. Hey, what's up, Alberta? Stay warm. I want to visit Alberta. I want to go to Canada and get some really good footage of you guys outdoors. And I want to see a moose. I want to see a moose. It's one of those things, bud. I want to see a moose. Do you believe in monsters like cryptids? And if so, what cryptids, in your opinion, are a hoax and which are real? I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I don't know enough to say it's fake. The Ghostbusters monster, maybe that one's fake. I haven't really seen any cryptids or anything. One thing I won't fuck with is cryptids in the ocean. You ain't gonna see me in the ocean. I'm a desert rat. I'm never gonna go in the ocean. Imagine me going out there and then the fucking Kraken or Cthulhu comes up and I'm just like, I'm dead. Godzilla comes up, you hear him charging up his beam, you're dead. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But yeah, I don't really think any of them are really fake. For me, it's like nothing's really ever fake, and it's always a possibility that there's something there because you thinking about it, there's a thing that humans can do that they can be able to create and manifest beings just from their imagination, which is pretty wild. If you're really skilled at it, you can create beings like that too. But yeah. Yacht A, everybody. One time I need to lay down in a sweat lodge. Dude, okay, so when we were going to ceremonies, when the sweat lodge, we were going up to the Sundance ceremony up in Lakota Nation. I had to have been like 8 7, 8 years old, and you go into purification sweat before you go into the ceremony, and we accidentally walked into the chief sweat. So the chief sweat was really, really hot, and how they pour the water inside of there. Oh my God. I was crying because I was a little boy. Like I said, I was like 8, 9 years old, and I wasn't ready to go into chief sweat. So my uncle like looked around, and right before they closed the door, he looked around and he saw all the chiefs were inside of there, and we're in there, and then they're like, oh, little nephew or little grandson in here. Glad you can join us tonight. And then my uncle's like, oh shit, we're in the chief sweat. So he ended up getting his towel and throwing it on me and everything. And even through the towel, like my ears started burning, and then just breathing that in. I was crying, freaking out, and all that. So I only went around. They let me out, but yeah, wild times. And I went into sweat with my Texas family too as well. Man, they dumped a whole bucket and burned me out of there. They get it hot over there. Yeah. What do you think about dinosaurs? They're real. And I honestly think they're the monsters in our creation stories of old, when the warriors used to go and kill off the monsters before the humans actually came on this world. So we have stories of that too. And we have actually on our Navajo Res, we have dinosaur tracks up there in Tuba City. So yeah. When a white person comes up to you and says, my grandmother was Cherokee, what do you say to them or yourself? Are you white? I mean, like, I don't knock it like immediately. I'm just like, oh, cool. But I hear it a lot, to where like a lot of people say like, oh, my great grandmother was a Cherokee princess and all that other stuff. And it's just like, yeah, they didn't have princesses back then. you know, there was one thing. I'll give you guys a little bit of history and all that stuff. Back in the day, you used to be able to get land for free if you were to claim that you were Native American or Native American descent. That was back during a lot of land grab days and everything. So a lot of people would say, especially on the East Coast, they would say that they're Cherokee just to get some free land. They didn't have to pay for it. So they would get like a bunch of acreage and everything too. So legally, they didn't have to provide any documentation. They just had to say, oh, I'm Cherokee. Okay, cool. Here's some land. Go for it. You know? So that's where like a lot of the to be able to go and take that land and everything and be able to have that knowledge, like, oh yeah, we're a Cherokee princess, we're a Cherokee tribe, and everything kind of rubbing on you like that. And so, that's where like a lot of people say my great grandparents were Cherokee. And it's just like, oh wow, interesting. That's around the same time as the land grab and all that stuff. So I've met some, actual Cherokees and everything out there too. I know what they look like. They look very fair, and they look like elves, They're very like, well, this one guy I met, he's Eastern Band Cherokee from North Carolina. He used to be my manager on the tribal team. And this dude, he did not look his age at all. He looked like he was like 16, 18 years old. And like, but he was actually like 26 years old. Dude had like the best genetics ever. And he looked like Lord of the Rings elf. But like he was like, he had like the cheekbones and native hair voice stories and everything. He would tell me about his people from over there too. So they're out there. Just be careful, and question where you come from, and make sure, be careful where you come from. Yeah. So while everyone out there, everyone say, I get that a lot. A lot of people say, oh, I'm Cherokee. I'm like, nice. Lakota sweat are beautiful or brutal. Yeah, they are. Oh, I went to Hyoka sweats and everything too up there. So, yeah. So, could ghosts of dinosaurs exist? Yes. Yes, they can. But they're more tame than what people actually think they were. They had a conscience. What do you think of time travel or going back in time? If I could go back in time, things would be a lot different if they could. But I don't know. I just say leave time as is. Time travel is, if anything, finding immortality, but like immortality with people you love. But then again, I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about this. Like, it's just like if they created a way to stop the gene or the chromosome of aging, and then they give you like a potion, you drink it, and you can last like 50 more years of life, or then like in that 50 years they find another thing that can make you go even 200 more years of life, and then you keep drinking it until you're immortal. People would stop reproducing, or they would have to go to different planets and everything to live and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes and all that stuff. So yeah. 116 Cherokee, yeah, that's the thing I always I always hear about. Yeah, the ocean. I'm scared of the ocean because, for one, I can't swim. I can I can do my best, maybe for like 5 minutes, but after a while, my legs just I just sink. So yeah. Uh, Good night. Hope you have a great. Thank you for joining me on this stream and everything. I know it's getting late for a lot of people out there, especially on the East Coast. uh, Yeah, the further you go east, the lighter skin natives get. Yeah, I'm like we're like in the darkest skin tone. If you go in the skin tones of natives, we're like on the darker side of things. You go east coast is nice and trees and rain and humidity. You go up north, all the way up to Canada, got trees and forests and all that stuff and everything. So, yeah. Have I ever been challenged or confronted by a skinwalker during a ceremony? Yes. Just say I won. I can't go into too much detail about that. Bum, 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 bum. No, I'm not going to leave. Yeah, I just saw some comments of people saying that they were leaving, having a good night. Currently, my time is 7:54. So, how long? When did we start this? At like 6. Gee, we're already almost 2 hours into this. Doesn't feel like it. You guys enjoying the stream though? You guys getting a lot of information, questions that you guys have though? I wanted since I'm not gonna be doing like a full video and everything. Like I still gotta show you guys that too before I leave. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this and just getting a little bit more one-on-one with y'all and everything. Hey, we got some people here in Phoenix too. Sweet. Oh, 454 in Denmark. Dang. Okay, let me turn up the volume a little bit. How's that, everybody? Is the volume a little bit better? Yes, Easter band right there. Like I said, like he had really good genetics. Like I met him, I thought he was like around my age and everything, and he's just like, "No, I'm 26." I'm just like, "Bro, what?" Your videos are amazing. Have you ever thought about telling stories ASMR style? Yeah, like I was even thinking about maybe just telling some of my own stories, but like kind of like horror stories of my own, but like not they're more fiction, I guess you can say, instead of nonfiction, just kind of stories to tell children at night and everything like that. Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that though. Oh yeah, going through the old stuff, the Skinwalker stuff in those boxes. Yeah, that night was crazy. We did some more stuff for the ceremony, but we can't really get into that. Not dealing with Skinwalkers, but just more like family stuff specifically. But that was a wild night, and then we drove all the way to the canyon and everything, and then it was nighttime and all that stuff, and you would see like those things kind of running, zooming around the car and all that. Hey, what's up, Australia? Have I ever encountered true evil? Yes, very much so. I've met many times true evil. Who taught Skinwalkers how to do what they do? Evil people. Yeah. Spokane, Washington. What's up? Michigan. California. Have I ever seen a kaiju number 8? No, I have not. Probably have Viking ancestors too. I don't know if you guys follow this guy on TikTok. His name's Chi Jim or Che Jim. He did this one where it was just like when you're trying to call upon your ancestors, but you use a wrong feather. It was a crow feather, and then like he tried calling upon his native family spirits, but he ended up calling up Vikings and everything. Yeah, it was like that guy's hilarious. Is it true some tribes hunted and killed Bigfoot in the past? Yeah, there used to be wars back in the day. Bum, 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 bum. How do you like working with Ghost Adventures? Oh, I talked about that whole thing earlier, but it was a lot of fun. Really respectful guys to me. I know they have a lot of. To sum it up, I had a really good time. I don't know what happened after because I filmed my segment and then they went to go investigate the rest of the night. I'm back to my hotel, slept and left the next morning. But yeah, really respectful, cool guys. You know, really awesome. Bum, 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 bum. Really appreciate you doing this live chat. Appreciation out to you back for watching. Do you think that spirits of famous Native American leaders like Sitting Bull or Crazy Horse still watch over their people to this day? Yes. Yes. I won't go into much detail about it, but yes. What is sage traditionally used for in Native American culture? Medicine? Really, medicine is the main thing it's used for. When you get sick, stomach aches. I know it helps out with stomach aches too. Boiling it, drinking the water really helps out with sickness too. And then burning it, smelling it helps all that stuff out too. What's up from Las Vegas? Oh, questions about my new tat. Yeah, this is my new tat right here. Everybody can kind of see. I don't know. It's one of those things where like the wrist kind of turns. So it's like it's supposed to be like that. So this right here is the 4 sacred directions right here. So then the diamonds on top too represent all my siblings that I have too, and the power and the of all that stuff that goes with that too. So I'm gonna be ending up trying to. I want to try to get like a whole sleeve and everything in here too. This is just the first part. You know, if you know any really good tattoo artists out there, I really need some and everything. This guy kind of scarred me up a little bit. It was good though. He had good energy. He tried his best, but you know. I'm open to any really good tattoo artists out there, preferably any of them from Ink Master. Just kidding. What was one of my most scariest encounters to death you had? I don't think I can share that, honestly. Multiple times I almost died. I would have to say during our trials, we let's just say that we during the time and period when our trainings, when we had to go through training to get rid of fear inside of us to where we don't get scared of things anymore, that was honestly the freaking scariest thing ever. And just like you get scared so much you don't get scared of things anymore, kind of thing. You don't, to where like you get that shell shock fear out of you and you're just like just numb to it. It's just like, cool, that's scary, but I'm gonna take over and do what I need to do what I need to handle. That's definitely one of the scariest things I had to do. I can't go into detail about things that happened in there, but yeah. Thoughts on Geronimo? He's a cool dude. He has a lot of training shops, trading posts around where I live. He's got a good brand. Did a lot of good stuff in his day. Did what he had to. Are Sasquatch dangerous or peaceful? Both, depending on where you're at. Thank you so much for enjoying the chat too. Yeah, everything's just everything is barely resurfacing. I smoke my enemies, bro. No. Uh, duh, 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 duh. A native parent witch must be weird. Some people are actually half white and have whatever native ancestry, white and native parent, which must be weird. That's actually what I am. I'm a Shanclen ado bilagana bashishink ashe ada shiche ado bilagana ada shanella. So my dad is white, my mother is Navajo. So we grew up going to ceremonies and everything, and was pretty much raised on the reservation through my mother. So, and I think that has to do with a lot of the stuff because being of mixed blood, a lot of the taboos that happen with Navajos don't really affect us because we have that white blood inside of us too as well. So that's why we were chosen to be who we are, carry on our traditions and everything. I used to go to church when I was small and everything, but man, it never worked out. Yeah, I was like, what, like 5, 6 years old when we stopped going to church and just started going. Because we used to we did both and everything, but we ended up just dropping off my dad's side of stuff and everything. Just grew up traditionally from then on, yeah. What teaching can you share on the origin of human race? Origin of human race is we all come from different places. Yeah. What do you think about the beginning of the universe? Wow, you guys are getting deep on me. I might need to get some tobacco for this. Jeez. Oh. I'll save that for another video. I'm gonna need tobacco to go on the beginning and origins of the universe. Any stories about Massacre Cave? Are you talking about Mummy Cave, the Navajo one? Kit Carson killed a bunch of people. Please clarify if that's the one you're talking about. I'm glad you joined my channel. Yeah. Is what you do Shadow Warrior or Medicine Man only for Navajo men, or can spiritually gifted women allowed to pursue these paths as well? Just curious. So we do have medicinal women in our tribe, but they don't really do the Heshka ceremonies. They know the songs and blessings and everything, but that's more so for the men folk and everything to go out and fight and all that stuff. Specifically for what we do, fighting and all that stuff. Yeah, it's more for the men folk. But there are some women folk that do it from other tribes and everything, and there have been women warriors as well. The net women are very strong. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there are some in the past, but yeah. I haven't really seen Turkic shamanism, but I do know shamanism came from not from these lands. So that's one thing. Like when I hear people talk about shamanism, they're learning about stuff from over there, not really Native American stuff. So that's why, like, if you see like a medicinal person from this area, call them a medicine man, call them a medicinal person, kind of stuff. Oh, good night. Thank you for joining the live stream. Not for everyone. I'm sorry. Some of the people are leaving on here. It's getting late for them. Yeah, I'm still gonna be on here. Give a shout out to my girlfriend, Kalaila Nablina from Ajo, Arizona. I butchered that. I am the worst with names. If you guys have seen my movie review, my movie review videos, I'm horrible with names. It's like that's one of the things. Shout out to you though. Yeah, I'm horrible with names, and reading and all that stuff has always been like a struggle for me. Even in elementary school, like I didn't really learn how to read until like the 3rd grade, So yeah. Do you do the wacky tobacco? No. Yeah. Back in my younger days, I partook for like a little bit, but then I started getting too paranoid and scared, and so yeah. I found out for me personally, it affects my spirituality and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't smoke the wacky tobacco. Your mother's a rebel for marrying a white man. Oh yeah, yeah, she was. But I think that's one thing I love being growing up with my dad and everything too, because it's a different mindset that they have, and it's one of those things that I love about him is he's taught me the strategies and ways of how to communicate with different people from outside of just my tribe, and just the thought process and mindset on how to go about communicating and educating people who aren't from the tribe. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways I have from my father, and all the love he's and protection he's given me all my life. Hey, got some Kiowas in here. Ah! Just kidding. Oh, love your videos. Thank you so much. I can't do math. I used to be good, really good at math. I got up to like calculus and all that other stuff, and then I didn't. I stopped going to college and just went straight to the workforce. But my job's doing pretty good. Solar, well, yeah, we're a manager, doing pretty good. Doing YouTube now. Is there a way to avoid permanent paralysis or not recovering from the spell of something like peyote? Well, peyote is not a spell; it's an herb. Um, Psychosis. You see it right there. Um, I mean, just if you're partaking of medicine like that, you have to make sure it's in a very very respectful way, because they say that if you disrespect the medicine, it can get at you. So just be respectful. Don't smoke it. Just be most respectful. It's a very very powerful sacred herb right there. So yeah. How many people, Navajo people, have left their lands in fear of evil beings? Probably none. Can't afford it. Stupid question, but do you guys get tornadoes in Arizona or really bad storms? Yeah, we get some bad storms, but I've been over to Oklahoma, and you guys get some crazy storms. We don't get like normal tornadoes. We get dust devils or dust whirlwind tornadoes. They get pretty big too, but they're definitely not as crazy as normal tornadoes as the Oklahoma people get. Oh, fellow Salt Clan here. Yeah. Oh, a tornado went through petrified forests along I-40 some years back. Yeah, it's not too far where I'm from. Do I watch Reservation Dogs? Oh, yeah, Dallas Goldtooth. He's hilarious, dude. The Unknown Warrior. Yeah, I met him over in Dapple in person with. If you guys haven't seen 1491's 4191 apostrophe S on their YouTube channel, that's where Dallas Goldtooth and all those guys did a lot of their comedy sketches when I was in high school. Hilarious, man. Yeah, a lot. You'll see a lot of those guys in 1491s were the people that made Reservation Dogs. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'll put it in the chat right here. Maybe. I don't know. Can I put something in here? Hang on. Let me see if I can put a link in here so you guys can check it out. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Let me know if you guys see this link in the chat. This is the link to their channel. So you see like Stephen Harjo, the one that actually made Reservation Dogs. I think he was a writer, director, producer. You'll see all these guys in the episodes of Reservation Dogs. Singing lessons, hilarious. Slapping medicine man, hilarious. These guys are just, laughter is medicine. Oh, have a great night, Andrew. Okay, cool. Glad you guys see that. Yeah, go check them out. That's where the origins of 14 or Reservation Dogs came from. It's funny because like that's like early days of YouTube and all that stuff. So, you know, it's it's fucking hilarious. Um, just looking through all their videos and everything again. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch some of them. But yeah, laughter is a big thing too. But like I said, yeah, for everyone out there just joining, yeah, just hope you guys are having a good night and everything. I'll probably be wrapping this up here at 8:30. I gotta get some dinner. Hungry, starting to get hungry, everybody. I gotta edit this episode too. What would be your message to the world if you could? Don't be a shit ass. That's my message. Any truth to underground caves in the Grand Canyon? Yes. I'm not gonna go into. I might make a video about that. I might go out there and check them out too. But yeah, there's a lot of caves and tunnels out there. Do you have the gift of foresight and dreams? Partially. It comes and goes sometimes. What time do you smoke tobacco for a daily routine? I only normally smoke I really need to connect because like whenever I make videos or I do anything really spiritual, tobacco for us Navajos is very powerful for us. So it's how we use to strengthen our connection with spirits whenever we communicate with them. So I draw a lot of my inspiration and everything from spirit people, messages from them and all that. So yeah. How did you discover the camera? Like specifically my camera I have a lot of research and just looking up which camera I did and everything. But what really started off like I was the one that found it on anything that's supernatural. And so reason why I did that was because like we were doing, we're about like 12, 13 years deep in doing like a lot of spiritual stuff and everything. So when we were doing that, I was just like, well, we would watch like a lot of these TV shows and all that. Like they're missing a lot of this communication, what they could be having. And they're not even helping spirits. So why don't we just do it and do a YouTube channel about it? So that was about 4 years ago. I would have to say we started that, but now I'm here on my own, doing my own thing, being my own badass. Do Skinwalkers come out at, when do Skinwalkers come out? Day or night? Nighttime. They come out at nighttime. They go away during the day because for us, the sun itself is a god. And so the sun god, whenever it sees evil like that, it'll make them stuck in the coyote state, whatever they're in. What do I think of Skinwalker Ranch? I mentioned that earlier. Aliens, not Skinwalkers. Used to be Skinwalkers, but not so much anymore. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. Thank you so much for the donation. You rock. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. You have a good night. I'm saying goodbye to some of the people leaving. It's getting pretty late. Do you smoke cigars? Preferably, but like not like the huge ones, the stogies, like the Arnold stogie. No. I can't finish those in one setting, and it's just like I don't like the taste of reusing a cigar that's been sitting. That could just be I haven't tried a really good cigar. I've only been trying like the $10, $15 cigars. So yeah, I haven't really tried the really good ones. I would love to have some tobacco. If you can send me some, that would be good. Yeah. But everyone, don't send me so much tobacco now. Just gotta be careful what I say because I'm gonna get like a bunch of tobacco in my mail. It's just like I have so much tobacco, don't know what to use it for. Gonna give it away at gatherings. Be going to these sacred spots and giant bag of tobacco. Like here you go, it's all for you guys. Um, do you think camera can capture the things that human eye can't? Yes, I do believe that. Night vision, full spectrum cameras look into an optical range that our eyes don't normally see. So thermal and all those other different things can see things that us humans cannot. Whoa, everything just updated again. Thanks. Well, welcome to my channel. Started watching my videos yesterday, and I already feel like putting on a full military gear before watching more scary. Yeah, I'll be having more paranormal videos coming out. I just having some production work coming out here pretty soon too as well. So I do all sorts of different things. Participate in sun dances. Yes, I am a sun dancer. Yeah. I don't put it out there too much and not really supposed to talk about it too much. Bum, 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 bum. I had a coyote outside our tent when we went camping in the woods next to the Grand Canyon. Could have been a skinwalker. Mm, I think if it shows up as a coyote first, it's more than likely just a coyote. Skinwalkers, they like to be flary and freak you out, so they'll probably show up as like humanoid more form rather than just a coyote. Do skinwalkers increase their activities in weird times? Yeah, mainly during new moons when there's no moon or light. That's a lot. A lot of times they like to go out and do stuff. Oh, I still got a couple beers, so go as long as you like. uh, yeah, YouTube has bored me to almost to death. Yeah, YouTube is like it's kind of weird just seeing and just being a consumer of content and videos and all that. It's one of those things that's like even like some of my top favorite YouTubers I watch, you kind of get a little tired of watching them a little while. You need a break and then you come back and watch them again. That's one of those things. And so I hope you guys can stick with me 24/7. But I do understand if you need a break from me and my voice and everything away from me. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Do you grow your own tobacco? Um, Kind of grows naturally where we come from. So yeah, kind of, yeah. Did you enjoy your trip to California? I did. I love the weather. My skin, my facial skin, and all that really love the hydration of the moisture of the ocean. So, but it was a lot of fun. I love visiting California. I don't think I could live there. A lot of people and rules and places I can't smoke. Can I combat the fear of these entities? Yeah, you can fight skinwalkers, but be pretty hard if you don't have the right tools. Coyote howled outside our tent. Could be a scout. Could be a regular coyote that's tied to skinwalkers. So just know that they can have manipulation over animals as well. But put them asleep and stuff like that. But if it's like an actual coyote, coyotes are messengers, yeah, tricksters, so they can work for both sides, good and evil. Coyote skinwalkers are. If you were to see like a coyote skinwalker, they're a little bit more bigger, if you can say, and then they have what looks like to be straps hanging off of them. So that's one of those more giveaways that you can tell that coyote's a skinwalker. Taos Pueblo got 10 buffaloes from Yellowstone. Just cute. I want to go check them out. What's your thoughts on the dangers of Uranium mines, a naturally occurring uranium in the desert that exposes people to radiation, which can cause cancer. I think it's bad. The mines in Navajo Nation need to be cleaned up, put away, because that goes into the runoffs and the water system and everything. And a lot of people get cancer and die, and goes into livestock. People eat that livestock. People grow food and everything out there too. They get cancer and they die. So our people are dying. I don't like it, even in the modern day. So I think it needs to be cleaned up. Bad spirits use your own fears against you. Yes, they do. When is your first meet and greet in Arizona? I don't know. If you see me around, maybe I don't know if there's like another powwow or something, or there's an event going on that I'm going to be going to in Phoenix. I'll post it on my Instagram, so if you see me there, come say hi. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting to see like if I get a big enough following to where like people would actually show up, kind of thing. And we just sit down. Like it'd be cool to have like all of you in the chat right here, just go and sit around, and we all just talk about this stuff. It'd be pretty cool. Oh, have a good evening from Ohio. Thank you so much for watching. What's the most dangerous animal type skinwalker? Mountain lion, for sure. For sure. What's the scariest thing that you have seen or had to deal with? Oh, soul eater. Soul eaters. Yeah, beast I don't want to run into again. If you're camping in an area frequented by people and had food near you, your tent. All right, Cody, you're looking for food. Oh, yeah. Not for me, someone else. Fry bread get together. Hell yeah. Just gonna end up having a flea market. Fry bread stands everywhere and all that stuff. Hell yeah, I go. Just people selling jewelry and blankets and all that stuff, and we're gonna have our own gathering of nations. Yeah. Let me see. I can't read that one because of the emoji things in the way. What tools do you use to fend off skinwalkers? Ash and swords. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man. Well, it's getting to be 5 minutes to the end of the show. So I'm going to give you guys a little quick sneak peek of what I'm working on right now. This is not color graded at all. So, but I went recently over to my in-laws' place, and my girlfriend's uncle made me this awesome, amazing ring I posted on Instagram. So I will show you guys that. Let me see. So I gotta put this here. Scroll down here. Cool. I gotta like mix up my windows and all that stuff here. And that doesn't want to go full screen for some reason. Why you no work? Cool. This is ready to go. So you guys see this right here? Let me see. I have to put this. Oop. You guys went way over to that third screen. I moved this screen over here away because of the key light that I have right here. Oh no. This is 10 to this. Okay. I gotta like do something fancy over here. Okay, let me see. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. Okay. So, if you guys can see that, let me know. Okay, cool. You guys can see that. Okay. So, yeah, this is just some of the shots of, his name is Kevin Billa. Really, really awesome dude, silversmith and everything. So, I'm in the process of putting all this together. very talented silversmith, and everything that he works on and all that. So I was able to get some shots of him putting all the silver, melting it down, pouring it in the cast and everything. So let me see if I can try to find the money shot. So that's him making the molds for the cast and everything. So whenever I do these things and all that, I have to cut out the shots that are really good. And then from there, I try to find my music that I'm going to be using for this. And I base how I cut and put everything together to fit the music and everything. So this is going to be one of those more cinematic videos I'm going to make and everything. So from here, let me see. Whoop. Yes, the money shots. So I'm going to be able to slow this down and make it look really good and everything. But he's casting the holy rings, yeah, from Lord of the Rings. Just kidding. But yeah, but he told some really good stories that he was taught of how silversmithing was founded and put together, from how he was taught from his lineage and everything. So it's gonna look really good. I'm excited for it. And then I also have a music video coming up of Clay and Fire. So Clay and Fire is a Native American band, heavy metal band actually, that I did a music video for. So that's going to be coming out too as well. So you guys got an exclusive sneak peek of upcoming content. Can I get a shout out to Woodstock, Illinois? Shout out Woodstock, Illinois. Yeah. Does he do good work at a reasonable price? Yeah, does really good work. If you guys are interested, look up Kevin Billa. I tagged him in my Instagram. I didn't tag him, but I put his name on there. So if you find him on Facebook or look him up on the internet and just get in contact with him, you know, he does really like I said, like he did this in like really, really good quality. I'll be posting more pictures and everything more in depth of the whole process of how this ring was made. So very, very beautiful, amazing work. You know, he has other brothers who do silversmithing and all that. You know, I'm gonna be like Johnny Depp and have like a bunch of rings. You know, that's one thing I always wanted. So he actually made Let me see. He actually made this medallion too that you guys probably see me like on episodes and videos and everything too, of our symbol and all that stuff. So he makes really, really good work. So yeah, I'm excited for this video. So a real big inspiration was Jason Momoa and everything. If you guys have seen his show On the Roam, where he goes and sees artisans and everything like that and gets to have them tell their story. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. But like, you know, the aesthetic and the style of this was really inspired by that. So, you know, there's another guy over in Utah. He's a blacksmith I want to get in contact with and do a collab with. Hopefully make some knives or swords or something with him. Yeah, he's really cool. If you're here, you know, in the chat, you know, let everybody know. But yeah, so got that and then everything. So yes, Kevin Billa is the GOAT. So shout out for the Kiowa tribe, Oklahoma. Yeah, Kiowa people. Yeah, you guys have some good songs and ceremonies over there. Yeah. So my favorite food, steaks all day. Steaks. I'm a meat eater. Might change when I get older. So we have the results from the poll. So the results are Soul Eater video. So Soul Eater video will be the next video I do. Then probably Demon Hierarchy. And then after that, we'll probably do Monsters and Giants afterwards. So yeah, you guys stay tuned and all that stuff. And, you know, everyone just be safe out there. Thank you guys so much for enjoying the live stream. You know, I had a lot of viewers, a lot of people, a lot of comments and everything on this. Yeah, so I do this. I do more live streams and everything for members only. So, like, if you want to have like more in-depth conversations about stuff, you know, and then I know I missed a lot of comments on here. If I did, I'm so sorry. There's just so many of them on here, and it updates, and some of them go away and everything. And I'm just like, no. So I apologize if I missed your comments and everything, but thank you guys so much for enjoying this stream and everything too. Steak, not mutton. Yeah. I mean, like I like mutton too, but like just something about steak, man. Steak's really good. Like it depends on where I'm at. If I'm in the res, mutton's my favorite. If I'm in the city or anywhere else, steak's my favorite. Yeah. But many blessings to you all. You guys have a good evening. Soul Eater will be the next paranormal video coming out. I'll probably be doing this video first, and then early next week I'll be doing the Soul Eater video. That'll be my paranormal video. And then the music video or maybe something else will come up. But yeah, got a lot of stuff in the works for you guys. Super excited to be able to share it all with you. Thank you guys. Oh, excuse me. Thank you guys so much for enjoying my content. You guys rock. I couldn't do this without you. You know, you guys all rock. And thank you guys so much. And I hope you all have a good evening.